Welcome to the Edge New User Video Tutorial Series, The Edge Philosophy. The Edge was designed to be a management tool for independent retail jewelers from the ground up. We know that quality metrics are essential to making sound business decisions. The Edge analyzes data in 4 critical areas of retail: inventory, customers, staff, and advertising. Using the tools in this video will result in better overall performance of your business. We'll cover using categories, measuring sales data, getting the most from your customer base, developing your staff, measuring advertising results. The importance of categories. An essential element to the Edge inventory system is its organization. Products are stored in categories. A category is a collection of items with like characteristics. For example, diamond engagement rings, colored stone earrings, pearl bracelets, etc. Brands or vendors should not be used to create categories. That information is captured in the item record, and the Edge can produce analytical reports by these and many other qualifications. When you enter an item, put it into one of the predefined categories and enter all the required fields. Categories are based on item type. Resist the temptation to create categories by other means. Vendors or brands are not categories. They are fields within an item record. The Edge will produce reports by vendor or brand as needed. The default category list has been designed to provide the best results. We'll see later how this organization enables you to see where sales are coming from by type of jewelry and cost. On the Pricing tab of each category record, you can set default pricing guidelines. Using sales data that we will discuss later, you can adjust these settings as necessary. On the left side is the automatic markup matrix. You can set markups at 10 cost levels in each category. So a ring that you paid $100 for with a markup of 2.6 will be priced at $260. The price can be changed in the item record or overridden at POS. If necessary, you can adjust it to reflect demand later. On the right side of the Pricing tab is the automatic markdown matrix. Nothing hurts sales more than a bunch of old, non-performing merchandise. Setting these parameters will minimize the accumulation of old inventory by identifying products that haven't sold and taking steps to get rid of them. Measuring sales data. At the center of all good retail operations is a finely tuned inventory, one that meets the needs of its customers. Investment in inventory that turns well produces optimum profits. The Edge can help you create that inventory through its reporting and ordering functions. With the Performance by Category reports, you can see how well your inventory is performing. First, you will see a graphical representation of each category and how it performed. Subsequent pages list each category further broken down by cost range. Profit and gross return on investment are important indicators of profitability, and you can see this in each section. At the bottom of the report is the overall performance. Here, gross return on investment, or GROI, is 58%. Now you can use that number as a benchmark to tell what categories are doing better or worse. In the results using Performance by Category, notice that in the engagement rings category, this store did quite well against its overall benchmark, and extremely well in rings over $10,000, but in rings of $1,000 to $2,500, not as well. You can do similar analysis for vendors. Notice that this vendor did quite well against the benchmark of 58% GROI in most areas, but this vendor was quite short of the 58%. The Performance by Age report shows the impact of aged inventory on your profit margins. Again, notice how much better newer inventory did against the benchmark of 58% than old inventory did. Old inventory is unappealing and chokes your cash flow. It must be moved using features of the Edge that we'll talk about now. Using the inventory buying tools. The inventory buying tools will help you fine-tune your inventory. They are designed to run weekly. Inventory buying tools essentially analyze last week's sales and help build this week's buying plan. The Edge will drop all fast sellers discovered in the period onto a rapid reorder form for electronic reorder. For example, if you have a popular style that sells 1 per week, rapid reorder will help you make sure that sold items are replaced automatically. The inventory buying tools will identify where sales came from and the levels of inventory associated with those items between the end of the fast sellers period and the beginning of the markdown period. The inventory buying tools will also show cost dollars recovered from the sale of aged inventory and show areas where those dollars may perform better when redeployed. For example, in Category 800 in the cost range of $200 to $500, the GROI is 544% and 20 were sold. That might be a very good place to invest. There is a monthly option that applies the auto markdown values from the category pricing tab described earlier. Using the markup features and performance reports, the Edge will help you find the intersection between margin and turnover. You can sell high quantities of an item at a lower markup, or sell a few at a higher markup. Both will bring you profit, and the Edge will help you find the sweet spot. Getting the most from your customer base. Loyal customers are your lifeblood. You can count on them, you can build on them, and they become your ambassadors. In today's retail environment, it is difficult, if not impossible, to grow a business on transient customers. Use the Edge to capture as much information as you can on customer records. The Edge will capture customer activity to maximize their lifetime value to you. Typically, 5% of your customers in any given year represent 50% of your total business, and less than 20% represent 80% of your business. The Edge will show you who your best customers are. Click on a section in the results, and you will see the actual customers who make up this data point. You can use this data to market to them. The Edge Loyalty Program is one way to keep and make good customers. It's simple to execute and very effective at bringing good customers back in. You can reach your customers automatically via email, text messages, or our personalized postcard program. Getting the most from your staff. A motivated and well-trained staff can make a huge difference to your business. The Salesperson Performance Report will show you how the staff is performing, each one side by side. Notice that one salesperson discounts quite a bit more than the other salespeople, and that another has lower average sales. Because the Edge lets you see this information, you can work with your staff to help them avoid discounting or help them get their averages up. The Edge can automatically spiff or reward specific sales. It can set commissions on either retail price or profit to keep the staff focused. Give them something to shoot for, and they might just hit it. Getting the most from your advertising. The legendary retailer John Wanamaker said, "Half the money I spend on advertising is wasted. The trouble is I don't know which half." If John had had the Edge, he would have been able to measure the results of his efforts. The Why In feature will show you what's working. You may be running a trunk show for the weekend that you've advertised in 3 different media outlets. It would be great to know which one pulled the best. The Why In feature tracks that for you. In the Promotions Why In table, set up a list of reasons why customers would come in. Then encourage the staff to find out why each customer comes in at POS. Best practices. The Edge is a superb management tool when used as intended. The following pieces of advice are essential to achieving the best results. Be sure to capture customer data, including birthdays, anniversaries, addresses, emails, and telephone numbers for every customer you can. Use the notes field on customers for pertinent personal information, for example, graduations coming up, vacations, new additions to the family, and more. Be sure to enter every item into inventory. Enter each piece of merchandise into its appropriate category. There are stock types for memo and consignment goods. The correct use of these is essential to good reporting. Sell every item through POS using its Edge-generated item number. Identify the customer you are selling to and scan the barcode or enter the item number. Do not use the mischarge button to sell a piece of jewelry. The Edge will know nothing about the items sold this way, and analytical reports will be skewed. A special order is not to be confused with a custom order. A special order is something you'll get from a vendor that you don't currently have in stock. A custom order is something you make. Use the special order feature at POS. Enter the item into inventory like every other piece of inventory, and the Edge will reserve the item for the customer so it is not sold to someone else. Trade-ins are assigned the value allowed at POS. When giving an allowance for a trade-in, make sure it represents its value to you. Do not inflate the trade-in value. If you wish to offer a larger amount to the customer, apply an additional discount. Overvaluing a trade-in has an effect on the analytical reports. Learn more about these features by reviewing the Edge User Guide and attending the Edge Advanced Training. The calendar is at theedgeforjewelers.com/calendar and on the Edge newsfeed. Thanks for reviewing the Edge New User video tutorial series, The Edge Philosophy. We hope you'll find this information useful. Feel free to contact us at support@ajsllc.com.